saw her sigh. She lay a single palm on my arm. I didn't need her to worry. Shrugging off her hold, I started towards the doors. Then a hand grabbed me with a force I didn't expect her to have. She pulled me around to face her, drew her hand up, and tapped her mouth. I looked there. Slowly, she mouthed, "Let me help." My heart did a double beat that hurt. Did she know I couldn't hear? Pulling my phone from my pocket, I looked up her number and realized I didn't have it. She slid my phone from my hand and pressed her fingers over it for a few moments before turning it to show me. In a text, she wrote out, "You can't hear, can you?" Slowly, I closed my eyes, pain slicing my chest. Opening them, I looked up at her and shook my head. Her smile was sad as she nodded and typed something else into the phone. When she passed it back over, I read it. "Let's go in and find out why." Fucking hell. She needed to leave. I was good at dealing with shit on my own. I didn't need a brother's old lady tagging along trying to fix me. The phone was thrust back in front of my face. "I'm not leaving. Deal with it." I found myself snorting. Mina was finally growing into her biker babe status. She'd first been meek and mild. Since then, it seemed she was becoming stubborn as shit. With a frustrated groan, one I couldn't hear myself, I nodded and started for the doors once again, with Mina matching my strides beside me.
Mina. Ever since Beast had come home from Sydney, after helping Dallas and Melissa, I had noticed there was something wrong. He'd acted the same, smiling when he was with his brothers, working out in the mechanical business when he had to, but staying his silent self. However, I'd also noticed times when dizziness would overcome him. He'd find something to hold on to until it passed. He wasn't a man a woman could get to know. He kept to himself a lot, except with his brothers, especially Knife. But even with that bond, something had changed. Since they'd been back, I hardly saw them together. I wondered if something had happened between the two of them. Only what, I didn't know. Kaylin had seen me one day watching Beast. Stupidly, and kind of jokingly, he'd asked if I had a crush on Beast, and if I did, he would beat the man black and blue. Of course, I told him how ridiculous he was being. I also told him that I had a feeling something was going on with Beast. He'd smiled and said, "Sunshine, love you, but leave the brother alone." I couldn't do as my man had asked, though. Beast was dealing with things he didn't need to on his own, and I wanted to help him. When Beast had stormed from the bedroom area at the compound earlier, I knew something bad had happened. And as I watched his fast pace through the room, he took no notice of his brothers, nor some of the women calling him. Then it was as if something clicked. I got up and raced after him. When I found him and his brothers outside, I saw Beast's puzzled expression as his brothers tried to talk to him. When I had been working in childcare, there had been a little girl who had been deaf. She was timid but sweet, so I'd made an effort to learn sign language so I could talk with her. Why she popped into my mind as I watched Beast leave didn't register immediately. Not until I saw her expressions of confusion and frustration mirrored on Beast's face. I realized then, as he stormed off from his brothers, that he couldn't hear a single word said. Grabbing Kaylin's arm, I whispered in a rushed voice, "Let me follow him. He doesn't need a brother right now." "I don't think." "Please, Kaylin. Please trust me in this." He searched my face and finally nodded. Knowing his keys had been in his pocket, I grabbed them quickly and ran for his car. I was surprised I'd made it to the hospital car park